Okay, we need to redo our, because they underscored our pit stop. Joe tried to be cute and put music under it. It does not sound good.
I haven't watched it yet.
You're
no spoilers. No spoilers, please. No spoilers.
You're gonna be so mad. Hello, Jacob, is it me or is it Bob?
Wait, Jacob, am I frozen or is Monet frozen? Me? Oh boy, hotel Wi-Fi. It's gonna be great. Why is that funny?
Because your hotel Wi-Fi is somehow always worse than what mine is for whatever reason.
Well, the hotel I'm in right now does not give you the option to upgrade. There's no super booster Wi-Fi. It's just the Wi-Fi that the building comes with.
I'm on some Mario Bonvoy shit.
I'm at La Meridian in Dania Beach, Florida.
But that's the tea, though. Here's the thing: Marriott, Bonvoy, whatever, they own like every hotel. Marriott, Bonvoy owns like what?
I thought you better come out publicly against the Bonvoy because they will ban you and you won't go anywhere, honey. They will ban you. So talk this shit about Bonvoy. Anyway, they'll say bon voyage to you.
So Bob and I did a pit stop and we did our verses for catwalk and
you scared to see you change your look to walk real quick.
No, fuck Bonvoy. Anyway, and we did it when we recorded it. We did it. We didn't do it.
They're coming to get you right now. They're coming to clear out your room.
And when we recorded it, we didn't do it to any music, but the editor, Joe Gerbino, tried to underscore it with the catwalk music, and we sound crazy, Bob. We need to do it separately.
Well, Joe is not the editor of the pit stop.
Yes, he is.
Joe is the producer of the pit stop.
Joe is the editor. Joe is the editor. He edits every episode of the pit stop.
He must have. They must have downgraded my boy because he didn't used to edit them.
Yeah.
Not Joe, the one man stop on the one man pit stop.
Well, Joe likes to because it's like his baby. He's just producing it and editing it. What else he doing? He ain't got nothing else to do.
Sound mixing. He does the color matching, the color correcting. I think that the producers also because he works for. Also, here's a score to settle, which we've addressed on our show before, but everyone knows that the pit stop is not a World of Wonder production.
They swear
it's
though,
a Viacom production.
You can't tell them it's not. They swear it is.
Yeah, the pit stop is a separate production from it's Viacom, which is obviously MTV, VH1, Paramount. BT. It's Paramount.
Yeah.
Actually, when you go to the building, it says Paramount on it now. It's a Paramount production.
Yeah. But yeah, the pit stop. Did you enjoy being on the pit? Did you enjoy that I allowed you to be my guest on the pit stop?
Honestly, it was really. I had to. It was a very busy day for me, and I had to cancel a lot of stuff to be there. I think I probably lost. I think between $3 and $4 million just turning down other work just to be there that day. So did I enjoy it? It felt like nice charity.
Bitch, please. You fucking welcome. I miss you. I haven't seen you in a very long time.
Call me a bitch?
Yeah. No. I called you a fucking bitch. That's what I said.
That's not what you said. But
I miss you very much, Bob.
I miss you as well. I realized
I just realized. Hold on. The wear hair checks must be clearing, honey. She's wearing her Apple headphones, honey. The wear hair is clearing, honey. She's wearing her Apple headphones, honey. Open the door for Patty.
Bitch, that's Bonvoy coming to get that ass. That's not Patty.
Yeah, Patty and I are okay. So let me give y'all an update. So we have come from LA. We're in Greensboro, Spartansville, South Carolina.
It's Spartanburg, South Carolina. Put some respect on Spartanburg.
I know that's what this. It was the first episode, season 2 of We're Here. Yes, and then so first of all, because there are no
I'm a celebrity in Spartanburg, bitch. Drop my name anywhere, honey. They know me.
Oh my God. Anyway, so we had to come here to Spartanburg, and then because of like how stuff lined up, we had to take the red eye last night. So we got to Atlanta this morning, connecting to Atlanta. We run to our next stop. We realized Patty left his fanny pack on our flight from Atlanta. So I'm on the plane. So Patty leaves the plane to try to get his wallet. The plane takes all of that Patty. They can't find Patty's wallet. Did they find it?
apparently it's still on the plane.
It's on a plane to Amsterdam. Patty's wallet is on a plane to Amsterdam.
Bitch, speaking of Bon Voy, say Bon Voy to that plane, bitch. Bon Voy, that wallet, you're done. You're done. You're never going to see that wallet again, man.
So then I get to the hotel because the hotel was like an hour away from Clemson's, an hour away from Spartanburg. So then I get to the hotel and they sold our rooms, even though we booked them for the night before, so we could check in early. They sold both of our rooms, and all they had was a room with 2 queen beds available. So Pat and I will be sharing a room in Clemson tonight. So we're having an orgy. If anyone wants to come, you're invited. Literally, if you want to come.
To be honest, a lot of people don't know this, but sharing a room is honestly with your assistant is as sweet as St. Lucia.
Oh God, you are so annoying.
We demand Sweet as St. Lucia merch. We demand it right now. As Sweet as St. Lucia. Honestly, that was one of the highlights of the year for me. I know we're in the first half of the year, but I'm going to call it. That was the highlight. That was the Sib Rev highlight of 2022.
Anyways, this is advisory, not rivalry. Shall we get to the advice giving?
Do we have the things? I don't see them in the chat, honey.
Well, it's a good thing I have them prepared, and I'm going to play them right now.
Ooh, Jacob is spicy.
Even the audio parts? I mean, the written parts?
Maybe. It's all audio today, honey.
Oh, wow, Nene. And also a little saucy, apparently.
Hey Bob, hey Monet, my name is Justin and I'm a cisgender gay male. A little backstory, my sister and I were supposed to go see Trigger Warning for Bob, Lord, in Chicago, but we had to cancel because my sister's girlfriend felt that it was unsafe for her to go to Chicago because of its, quote, high crime rate. It was a trip that was planned several months ago, but my sister and I compromised and decided to go see her elsewhere. Well, I've been harboring feelings of resentment towards my sister's girlfriend and can't shake them. She was being irrational, but I know that she meant well. What are your thoughts, and how do I not hold a grudge in this situation? Sincerely, in-law rivalry.
She said they got too many niggas in Chicago. You're not going.
Let me just say that Ella Maraja Lonnie Yellick O'Connor has been causing a scene in my life for a very long time.
Is that her name?
So
is that Lord's name?
Yeah. Yes, her name is Ella Maraja Lonnie Yellick O'Connor.
Work.
That is a name, honey.
That is a name.
This thing has a full ass name.
Do you know?
He's only playing around.
Do you know what Lord's? You know her original name. You know her first name was. She changed it to Lord.
What?
Doja Cat.
Shut the fuck up, nigga. Amala Rotten. Okay, that is it. That is giving. It's giving. It's giving macro.
Yeah, that's not a macro. That is a macro aggression, bitch. That is aggressive.
It is really weird for someone to be like, I don't go to Chicago because the crime is so bad. I mean, it's very much giving. I don't go to the ghetto.
Oh yeah, that is what it is. And I mean, yes, you can say your sister's girlfriend had good intentions, but what is it? What's the saying? The word, the pathway to
the road to hell is often. I actually want to hear what your version. I want to hear what you were about to come up with because that was going to be great.
The pathway to next door has some bad stuff in it, or some whatever it is.
No, the road to hell is often paved with good intentions.
Right. So it sure there were good intentions. It was a very aggressive statement to make, and it was very rotten. And she's very close minded. And I think that maybe this bitch does not get out. She does not go outside and touch grass in different places. Maybe she's only used to sticking in her bubble and feeling safe in her zone, wherever that is, if that is suburbia, wherever she. I don't know this person's life, but clearly, Ooh, sorry. Put this on notification silent.
Meanwhile, she fully lives in Detroit. She's like,
right. Yeah. So I
want to go to Chicago.
And in terms of navigating that, I mean, I think if this is your sister's girlfriend, is his girlfriend's sister? Sister's.
I think
girlfriend.
His sister is his girlfriend. I think they're from
Okay,
Alabama.
sister's girlfriend. If this is your sister's girlfriend, you will have to have interactions with this person, and I think that you can be a beacon and try to educate this bitch and be like, listen. You heard a thing you said about us not going to see the Lord concert, and we literally flipped our entire plans around because you felt uncomfortable about your sister going to see Lord. I was like, do you remember that thing you said? Yeah, that is I mean, maybe you can spell to her as a microaggression since you're easing her into the conversation. Like, is that's not something you can say and offer her reasons why that it's inappropriate and how it's hurtful and it's rude.
Yeah, I've traveled around quite a few places, and I lived in quite a few places that have quote unquote high crime rates. I'm from Atlanta. I lived in New York City for 12 years. I live in Los Angeles. I live in Hollywood, baby. I live in Hollywood.
Bitch, there was a fight outside there was a crazy fight outside my building last week. I showed Patty the video. This dude came downstairs and slapped the shit out of somebody, and I was recording all on my phone. And then I was like, "Oh, it's done, bitch." 2 minutes later, I hear, "Put your hands up! Put your hands up!" 2 cop cars come out and they have guns pointed at these 2 black dudes. I was like, "I'm about to witness a shooting." It was crazy.
Yeah, so I think being someone who's lived in a lot of neighborhoods with high crime rates, bitch, look, I live in Hollywood. It is a wild neighborhood, and I remember I was just walking around the neighborhood one time for the first time like 2 months ago, and I was like, ooh, child, the ghetto. And don't let nobody from Hollywood listen. All y'all Hollywood folks, bitch, I live in Hollywood. Don't let nobody outside of Hollywood tell y'all this shit is. Listen, Tinseltown, the tinsel kind of dingy.
Yeah, girl. Everybody know Hollywood is a little rough. Hollywood is a little rough.
But I also really, maybe this is my size privilege. Maybe this is the fact that I'm, 6'2", I'm perceived male, that it gives me the opportunity to be like, it's not that bad. And maybe, who knows, maybe this person is differently abled and doesn't feel comfortable or safe. Maybe they're tiny. Maybe it's just a fully able-bodied white lady or maybe she's a 6'2" black woman. I have no clue. We literally have no clue what this person has going on, but we do know that obviously they don't feel comfortable in areas that are a high crime, which does feel a little shady. But I'm glad it seems that you all found a workaround, and maybe you could have a conversation about why someone's saying that, especially in a serious connotation, like this bitch wasn't joking or nothing. She was dead. She was dead ass. That is wild.
People that say that kind of stuff,
wild.
I'm like, so you think that when you get off the plane, and is there someone when you get off the plane, someone is a stray bullet is just going to ricochet to you wherever you get off the plane and just take you out in the head? I'm like, is that what you think is going to happen?
I mean, in all fairness, my mom did get hit by a stray bullet in Atlanta one time in the head. So, in all fairness, bitch, it could happen. I have seen a loved one. No, I didn't see my mom get hit by a stray bullet, but she did fully get hit by a stray bullet one time in the head. Like literally, it's literally everything you just said, minus the plane part.
She was in the car taking Camion somewhere, right, or picking Camion up.
Yeah, my mom was in the car. I guess I'll do a quick story time. My mom was in the car taking my nephew. They were just driving around. I think she might have been going to get food or something. And she just heard some arguing. And then next thing you know, she hears a few gunshots, and then a bullet pierced the 2 cars in front of her and then pierced her car windshield. And she said that she could see the entire windshield coming at her face because, the windshields are very flexible. They kind of do this. So they don't shatter and broken glass because it gets everywhere. It's just anyway. So the bullet pierced and it hit her literally between her eyes.
I remember.
Broke her glasses. Glasses shattered, and then she had to get emergency surgery.
I remember when you sent me the article. That was wild.
TMZ did a story on it. I forgot that TMZ. I forgot that TMZ fully did a story on my mom getting shot in gang violence. But my mom has since left the Crips, and she's now
and joined the Latin Kings.
All right, let's do our next. Yeah. let's do our next one, Jacob.
Wow, Jacob unprepared.
Hi, Bob and Monet. Love you both. My name is Tyler. I am 21. He, him, I think. I don't really know. From Monet's true home in the UK. I have a question about dressing to express yourself and the fear of going out in certain clothing or makeup. I'm a film student and I want to pitch my final grad film about kind of the struggles young queer people have with going out wearing whatever they want to. Something that I guess is very close to my heart, because in an ideal world, I would definitely dress differently if I had the confidence to. And I guess it's less of a question, but more just I wanted to hear you guys talk about the first time you maybe went out in drag or in a very queer look, and how you overcame that fear of judgment, and how, I guess, fear of getting like physically attacked for wearing a dress. And what are the things you have to remind yourself of in order to push past that barrier, and how can you unlearn years of heteronormative socialization in order to do that? Thank you, love you.
Who went first? Did I go first? You went first last time. I don't remember.
I went first.
Okay. Yeah, I think that is a very...
Wait, we got to name them. Sincerely dressed to impress.
Sincerely, dressed to impress. I get that 100%. And, I think that the older I get, I'm still learning, and I'm still leaning into my gender expression with my clothing. Even recently, when I recently went to St. Lucia, because St. Lucia is a Caribbean island, though it is one of the more liberal islands, and queerness, and I am on TV, and a lot of people just have seen me on Drag Race, and like they know who I am that way. But I still, because it's so baked into who I am. Like I just dress very queer and very femmy, and I wear like tight like little booty shorts, and I wear like little tight little crop top sweaters, even though I shouldn't be. Going back to St. Lucia, I was a little nervous to express myself that way, because just how I thought people would perceive me. But I think a big part of it is just mustering the courage and knowing, like, bitch, this is who I am. This is how I feel comfortable. And it is a little icky at first, because you were like, oh my God, everyone's looking at me. I feel awkward. But bitch, just put those fucking booty shorts on, or whatever it is you want to wear, the dress, the leggings, whatever it is. And just like, you got to find that fucking confidence inside of you to just not give a fuck what people are going to think. I have a tattoo down my back that says what others think of me is none of my business. And I still have to learn that and think about it every time that I want to express myself in a certain way, because I always do feel, because of toxic masculinity, sometimes I do feel a little shame, and I do feel like a little weirdness, but then I put it on, and I get the courage of the Lord God Oprah inside of me. I just feel good, and I just allow that courage to carry me. And then after like 5 minutes, I'm over it. But at first, like I said, going back to St. Lucia, I felt a little strange. But I was like, "Fuck that, bitch! If I want to wear these tight ass booty shorts to the beach, that's what I'm gonna wear." And my family and everyone didn't bat an eyelash. But in my mind, before I did it, I was like, "Oh my God, they're gonna be like, oh God, what is he doing?" But they didn't care. No one acted differently. It was all good. I think it really is doing the work on yourself to find the courage to not give a fuck what people think.
Maybe you should have got a tattoo somewhere where you can see it. I realize, like, you're trying to remind yourself of the tattoo. You just be like
in the mirror, like, yeah.
I remember the first time that I wore something queer. My first time ever feeling really nervous about wearing something very queer. And it's so funny because it wasn't even that queer. This was like, I was 18 years old, and I went to Spencer's, and I got a rainbow belt. And I was so like scared to leave. I put the belt, I was in my house. I might have put the belt on like 3 or 4 times before I actually had the courage to leave my house wearing this belt.
Work.
And I remember putting the belt on, and I was like, fuck it, I'm going to the mall. I don't give a fuck. I am going to the mall with my rainbow belt on. I want to wear my rainbow belt, it was a studded rainbow belt. Like it's so tacky. I cannot believe I even wore this, but it's so tacky. And I was like, I was probably like shaking, and like I was like skinny and like walking around, long locks, like scared as hell.
Looking scared as hell.
But I remember feeling liberated when I was able to actually get where I was going. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
When I made it to my destination, I remember being like, when I got home, I was like, I can't believe I did that. And then, of course, stepping out in drag, I had a very similar reaction. But nowadays, I'm so fucking queer in the way that I dress that I don't even bat an eyelash anymore. And sometimes I don't realize that I'm getting stares. Sometimes the people around me are like, "Oh my god, everyone's looking at me." I'm like, "Oh, are they?" Well,
yeah.
Oh, I hadn't noticed because I'm so used to getting stared at now.
Yeah.
That I was like, "Oh, I didn't even realize anyone was staring at me." Anyway, la.
Yeah, I agree. And also, it's also like a little sign to other queer people out there. Like when I see a really faggy person dressed up in like a cropped up booty shows, whatever, I feel a sense of like, look at my little sister over there. Look at family. It really does feel like that. You're like, I feel more comfortable in my own skin because I can see, because that person, I can see that they are a part of the fam, and I love that. It's like and then when y'all like lock eyes, you're like, like yeah, girl. I love that vibe, and it's like it really is a good way to signal to other queer people out there. We're like, we're all in this together.
How do we get a so I'm looking at all the lists of famous people from St. Lucia, and how do we get you on one of these lists? Because I don't know. I'm not saying these people ain't famous, but I don't know these niggas.
Read the top 5.
Joseph Marcel is an actor. Joseph Marcel. There's Chris Boucher, who is a Canadian basketball player. There's Darren Sammy, who is a West Indian cricketer.
Cricket.
There's Josh Solomon Davies, who is an association of football player. Julian Hunt, who is a St. Lucian politician. Perlette Louisi. Ooh, that's an old lady name. Perlette is the governor general of St. Lucia. Oh, Perlette. You know Perlette. You know Perlette Perlette got them old recipes, honey. Perlette make curry goat like nobody, honey.
Oh my god.
You would say
curry goat is not a popular. I mean, it's West Indian. If you want to say like a St. Lucian dish, you say something like bouillon, or you say something like that. Not curry goat.
Oh, I just taken you the one who always said curry goat. You
because my mom made it one time. It was the one time. It was the one meal she made that.
Oh, I didn't. You didn't make that clear to me. Okay, that was not clear to me.
Every time
you didn't say it was a special occasion, and we don't normally have this.
Bob thinks curry goat is synonymous with St. Lucia. It's fucking wild.
It's the national food of St. Lucia. Everyone knows curry goat is the national food. Literally, Google what is the national food of St. Lucia. Everyone knows it's curry goat.
It'll probably be something with like breadfruit in it or something. Bouillon or breadfruit, something like that. Have you ever had breadfruit?
What is bread? It's saltfish.
Saltfish. Ew. Saltfish is really, that's interesting. I like
saltfish is St. Lucia's national dish and usually accompanied by an unripened banana.
Plantain. What I should do, Bob, for your YouTube, what we're gonna do is we're gonna have you taste St. Lucia candies and like 4 like different St. Lucia meals, like a little saltfish, a little smoked herring, a little bouillon, a little breadfruit.
I can't believe you gotta invite me to St. Lucia. I was free. I was sitting at home.
Were you?
Yes.
Well, we can plan a trip to go.
Like,
oh my god, I'll be so.
I didn't introduce you to my whole family.
Well, I've spoken to Aunt Hazel a lot on the phone. Obviously spoken to your mom a lot, Justin. I've never met Uncle Steve. I don't know Aunt Hazel, your mother Martha. Who's the third aunt? The one who used to have the old lady name?
That's Hazel. They all have old lady names. Felicia. Lisa, Hazel. Deborah. Yeah, they all have old lady names.
Work.
Oh, which names?
Shall we take the next one?
What's our next audio, Jacob? Yeah.
There we go. Oh my god, guys. Jacob is gatekeeping the question. There we go.
Hey, Bob and Monet. My partner of 7 years and I recently moved to New York City and we went open. We only hook up together, and I noticed that we tend to only hook up with well and down guys. That is what we're working with as well, and it's also what's tended to feel the best to us.
Word.
I wanted to ask our resident size queen, Monet has changed, and also Bob, is it okay to be a size queen, or should we broaden our horizons? Best size queenery.
I was like, I just real quick say I don't know if it'll make the cut, but Jacob's little noises. I love him so much.
All right.
Jacob's like, he's like, okay, here we go.
All right, stop flirting with your boyfriend. This is not sibling boyfriendry. This is sibling advisory. Get to the advice, Kevin.
Sibling sizery, apparently.
Oh yeah, sibling sizery.
Is it okay to be a size queen? I will say this. I'm not a size queen. I don't think I've ever been a size queen. I hook up with people who don't have dicks at all. You know what I mean?
But you could be a size queen in other ways that way, can't you? Forgive my ignorance.
What you mean, like a fat pussy, or like or like a humongous clit,
right?
Yeah, but I'm not. Is the answer? I'm not. I'm not. I'm just not a size queen. And there are people who, prefer or don't prefer, big pussies or big clits or, all that stuff too. And I've just never been one of those people. I've always found a lot of beauty in a lot of genitals. Call me a hoe. call me a whore. Yeah. And I think that maybe if you open your horizons, you might find there's something. There's nothing wrong with liking big dicks. There's nothing inherently wrong with that. I think maybe if you're closing yourself off and being like, I only get fucked by big dicks and nothing else, then maybe you might be missing out on some experiences or some people that you might actually be really sexually compatible with. But you're not allowing yourself to even meet them or to get in the same bed as them because of your sexual preferences. We can often disguise our biases and our prejudices against different bodies as preferences. But sometimes it's not a disguise. Sometimes they just happen to line up. And so it's the way sometimes it's the way we're socialized. It's your experiences. Maybe you had an experience once with a person that had a small dick and now you don't like them anymore. That's the thing. There's like a study that says that like if you had like a bad breakup, then like one of those person's physical characteristics can become ugly to you.
Oh yeah.
Like if you had a toxic ex with big ears, and then all of a sudden you are no longer attracted to anyone with big ears.
Like, I ain't fucking Dumbo. Fuck Dumbo.
Yeah. And then it's also the advice if you had like a great interaction with someone who had a certain physical characteristic, then all of a sudden you're like, I crave this one thing. What do you think, Mo?
Yeah, I think there's nothing wrong with being a size queen. If you only like big dicks, then work, like go off. But I will say, now, people always confuse what I said on this podcast. I said that every time I've been fucked by a big dick, it feels good. Like I've never been fucked by a big dick and be like, oh, I hated this in my experiences, because I think guys with big dicks take more time to like, they rim you more, or they really like get your hole together because they know they have a lot of big equipment and you can't just fucking shove that in someone. It's not going to work. That's in my experience. But I've also had good sex with guys with average to smaller penises too. And because if you look at the size, you do not need a big, well, here's the thing. I'll get back to my thing really in a second. I was having a conversation with some friends. Have you ever heard about this second hole thing in dudes?
Yeah, I've heard of it, yeah.
Is that real? Or is it just like an urban myth, an urban legend?
I don't know anything about human anatomy.
It's real. Jacob says it's real.
I don't know anything about human anatomy, but I've heard about the second.
And when they say the second hole, I think they just mean touching the prostate.
No, the prostate's not that far in. The prostate is like very surface. The prostate is like right at the base. The prostate is like 2 inches.
It's about 4 inches in.
Your asshole.
No, it's like 4 inches.
I think it depends on how long your taint is. I think we discussed that you have like a very long taint. Then one time on the podcast, you were like, you don't remember this? One time we were talking about the space between your balls and your asshole, and you were like, it's like this much. I was like, what? How much space is between your balls and your asshole? That is like hold on, I'm gonna feel right now. I'm gonna see how much space is between my balls.
Okay, the space between my balls and my butthole.
Like the base of your balls. Hold on.
Yeah, the base of my balls.
Okay, bitch. This much space, Monet. No, Monet. That is what is happening. 2 fingers.
Bob, it cannot be 2 fingers distance between the base of your balls and your balls.
Yes,
your asshole.
Monet, it is. I have a very petite taint. I have a very petite
so
dick.
I think you're the abnormal. I think I'm normal. I think you're abnormal. No one has. Patty,
I
how
think
much
the
space is
size
between your
of
balls
your
and your asshole?
I don't know.
Can you just
I
measure it?
I think that the size of your ass is just making it. This is what Monet. Those of you who are not watching, Monet's holding up 4 fingers worth of space, and Monet got big nigga hands.
Patty said even Patty is smaller than you, and Patty is at about three kind of 4 fingers.
Wait,
I would like to say I'm also at 3 fingers.
Thank you, Jake. Even Jake, Bob, you bitch. You're the you're the alien. You're the freak.
Wait, okay, well, I feel like once I do 3 fingers, I'm on the balls. That y'all not these long gooches.
So I mean, yes, I agree. You can be a size queen if you want to, if you only want to get big dicks. But also, you're like, this is the material me and my partner have. So both you and your boyfriend have big ass dicks. Y'all only fuck people with big dicks. I mean, it sounds like a party that I want to be invited to.
Because you're a size queen.
I'm not a size queen, but yeah. So
the evidence is damning. The evidence is damning. Honey.
I think there's nothing wrong with being a size queen if you only like big dicks. That's what you want to do. But again, I do agree with Bob. If you open yourself up, you may find guys with not huge dicks, the average dicks, that it will feel just as good, but you're shunning them because as soon as you see the dick pic, as soon as you see the dick pic, you block them, so you never even get the chance to experience them. So I think you should maybe.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, a prostate is 2 inches inside of your rectum. So once you're getting much further than that, what you're hitting is not prostate. That is, I mean, there's clearly something where if your dick is longer, you have more stuff rubbing across the prostate. It's probably what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So if this is the prostate, this is for the visual people. If you're not watching, I don't know, get on the Patreon or some shit. If this is the asshole and this is the prostate, so all of that is touching it versus this kind of like jabbing it, you know?
Yeah. Word.
But again, I'm not a fucking doctor. I mean,
you're not a fucking doctor. Are you a regular doctor?
I'm not a fucking doctor. I'm not an eye doctor, and I'm not a fucking, Do you know the different names of doctors? Do you know why free trials renew without your consent? It's a business scam out to get you. Do not let greedy corporations pocket your money. Download Truebill. Take control of your subscriptions.
Truebill is a new app that helps you identify and stop paying for subscriptions you don't need, want, or simply forget all about. On average, people save up to $720 a year with Truebill, honey, because companies make subscriptions hard to cancel. Truebill makes it incredibly simple. Just link your account and Truebill will cancel your unwanted subscriptions in one tap.
$720, that's a lot of bouillon. You know what I'm saying? And your Truebill concierge is there when you need them to cancel unwanted subscriptions, so you don't have to. Truebill can also help you track and understand your credit score, get the best rates on your existing bills, create a budget that works for you, understand and grow your net worth, and get a pay advance when you need it, with eligibility varying, of course.
I used Truebill way before they sponsored this podcast, and they really helped me save on subscriptions. Girl, I had like 3 or 4 that I did not even realize I was still being charged for, because they would like be hidden in like my account. Like I wouldn't see them. They'd be like little subscription ninjas. Girl, it was great.
Do not fall for subscription scams, okay? Start canceling today at Truebill.com/rivalry. Go right now, Truebill.com/rivalry. It can save you thousands a year.
Truebill.com/rivalry.
Do you know the different names of doctors?
Yeah, a pediatrician, an optometrist, an oncologist.
I'll name the field. By the way, I don't. So I'll name the field and you'll name the doctor. Okay. All right, you do feet. No Google, bitch. Hands up.
I'm not. I just said podiatrist. Hands up, bitch. Podiatrist.
I'm one of the cops downstairs. Stop slapping niggas. Stop slapping niggas, motherfucker.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, what about a doctor who does braces?
Orthodontist.
How about an who works with eyes?
Optometrist.
Skin.
Dermatologist.
Ooh, how about a babies, like little kids?
Pediatrician.
How about I can't think of any other fields.
I know a lot of it.
Cancer.
Oncologist.
Dicks.
Ooh, something a urologist.
It's not just dicks, but a urologist. And,
A urologist, right.
How about the anus?
Ooh, I know this.
Butt doctors.
I know this.
I think that's a proctologist.
Yeah, Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
And how about pussies?
OBGYN. Gynecologist.
Or gynecologist.
Yeah.
I would say to any gynecologist out there who specialize in trans men, I'm just going to throw this out there. You can promote yourself as a BOYOBGYN.
BOY was bring your own
boy. BOYOBGYN.
Oh, I was like, bring your own what? This sounds problematic. Wherever
no, so, we're going to. So if you want to, I'm not a OGBYN. So if you want to use that BOYOBGYN, feel free. You're welcome. Just send me $100 or something.
Let's do the next question, Roberta. And I know what I
click.
Click.
Howdy, y'all. My name is Abe. Here we go. I'm a new sibling on your Patreon. I've been listening to y'all for years. Love everything y'all do. I had a quick question about friendship. Have y'all ever had a falling out with like a really close friend of y'all's or someone that you would consider family? And is there ever such thing as closure in those situations, I'm not someone who holds a grudge or is spiteful of anyone, I've had a couple falling outs with like a couple friends actually this past couple of years. And I love them with my whole heart, but I just know like at this moment in time, like I just can't be there. Like I can't be their friend right now, for whatever reason. Have y'all ever had to deal with that? You have any advice? And just moving forward, I love them, but at the same time, they're just not good for me, It's just a toxic situation all around. Let me know what y'all think. Love y'all. Bye.
Oh my God, he sounds so troubled.
Ooh. Yeah, they're going through it, Mary. Poor baby. You're up, Ma.
Yeah, I don't have falling out with friends. Of course I have disagreements with friends. I mean, we may like not talk for a day or two or a week, whatever, but I'm not someone who falls out with my friends and we're like cussing each other out, and that's just not my experience with any of my friends. Bob and I have never really had anything like that. Again, we've had arguments. We won't talk for a few days or a week, and then Bob will
a week.
Maybe not a
that
week.
That has never happened.
Oh my God!
It's about to come up right now. Say that again.
Not with Dewan, not with Kamika, not with Arcia, with Jay.
You and Kamika were having out one time. There was one time you and Kamika were having it out. That was like a week. You and Kamika. I don't know if you remember this, but you and Kamika were like arguing about something. You were like, "I'm mad at Kamika right now." And I was
remember this.
What? I can't remember what it was. But obviously, I'm not, even if I did, I wouldn't air it out.
This had to have been years ago, back when we were in New York.
No, it was during the Ponder replay.
No,
or maybe right before there was a thing where and I was like mediating. I was literally mediating between you and Kamika. Like it was like something y'all were mad at each other about. And I remember being like, Kamika, what's going on with you and Monét right now?
I don't remember this. The only other person maybe is like just Jay and I. Well, only one time Jay and I had a thing, and it was when I was leaving Pieces on Monday to go do Barracuda.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this.
Yeah, Jay was not, because Jay, it was part owners of the bar that I was leaving to go to the other bar, and Jay was like, it was Tyler said that I was leaving, and we kind of had a little thing, but we squashed and we fixed that. So, but that's probably the last time, and that was like maybe over 8 years ago. This is a long time ago. Yeah, so I would say, sorry, now I can't remember what he wants advice on how to fix it.
Like, is there reconciliation? Have you been in a situation like this?
Oh yeah, I hear that's what I'm saying. I was like, you know what? Sometimes friendships run their course. There are people that I was friends with a couple of years ago that I'm not friends with anymore. Like, not like I terminated the friendship, but we're just not as close as we used to. I do think that not all friendships last a lifetime. Some friendships are just for a season, for a moment. And I think I truly believe that. And so I think you need to analyze this relationship. Like, is this a friendship that you want to keep on with this person? Is this a friendship that is benefiting me, or is it only causing me anguish, pain, annoyance? Like, if that's the case, then why do you need that energy in your life? And that person, maybe you just in your mind, in your space, you demote them. So maybe they're not your best friend anymore. They're just a friend. And if it's just a friend, they're not one of my friends. You're just an associate. And you navigate that for yourself, because bitch, your own mental health and your own well-being, that's what you need to prioritize. I think people, and I'm guilty of this too, I tend to take other people's feelings into consideration too much and not think about myself. So I think that you need to really analyze and assess what that relationship is, and if you still need to have it in your life.
When does that kick in? When do you start taking people's feelings into consideration? Bitch, when does that start?
Whatever.
Oh, it took us. I really took it. I don't know if I ever told you that. I don't know if I ever told the podcast this, but when Monét went to film All Stars, they called me and they were like, "Who is Monét's bestie? We're doing makeovers.
Oh my God.
Who's Monét's bestie?" And I was like, honestly, if you really want to gag Monét, you need to send me.
Yeah.
They were like, "We can't send you. That's not fair." They're like, "Well, we're best friends." They're like,
imagine if you showed up. Imagine if you showed up. That's my makeover on Drag Race. That would have been hilarious.
And everyone else just has people who've never done drag, and I'm like, what, guys? This is fair, guys. Come on, don't be like that. Come on, don't be like that. And I said, or you guys could send Kamika. I was like, if Kamika walked through the door, Monét would fall over.
Mm-hmm.
But they went 3 inches taller, and they chose Patty.
Yeah, I was very happy Patty came.
And
Patty never had a falling out either. Ahead,
I said Patty. I said my name, Kamika, Patty, and Alfredo.
Work. Alfredo. Oh God. But Alfredo couldn't sew back then. I was like, having Alfredo would have been great, because he could bitch. He would whip out. Alfredo's
grumpy ass walking through the door. Hi.
Girl.
Alfredo fighting the other drag queens, get into a fight with Naomi. Alfredo and Latrice fighting. I have had falling outs with friends. I am comfortable cutting people out of my life. I am very comfortable doing it. And when I was in, oh my God, I feel like I have so many to choose from. When I was in college, my long-term friend, who I was like she was like my high school best friend. Mm-hmm. Her and I had a falling out. Like, I remember going away to do this gig, and when I came back from the gig, it was like a year. We had just changed so much. Our personalities had just shifted so much that I was like, we had to literally have a discussion. We were like, okay, we're literally just roommates now. That is all we are. Like, do not come to my room. Do not invite me to hang out with you. If you have any bills, put them in the little box. We'll pay the bills. We'll put our money in together. You'll do this one. You'll give me money for rent. And it's a wrap, Mary. You're done. You're done. And one of my close drag sisters and I had a falling out years ago.
Because of me.
Not
fully, but I was a little piece of it. And I was like, I will beat that bitch up. I don't care. Well, I just wanted to say that her and I we're cool again. So back then, not now. Back then, I would have beat her up.
But yeah, she was kind of annoyed that me and Monét were hanging out so much, and then she said that she was having a little bit of jealousy, and then she just admitted to me down the line after we had like fallen out. She was like, I was a little bit jealous, and then our friendship never quite recovered the way that it was before, but. We're like cool. So most of the people that I've had like 3 falling outs. This is also since I was like 18 years old to now I'm 35, and me and all those people are like cool, but we're not how we used to be, because all those people were like people that I was like inseparable from. Like It was one of those things where like if you see one, you always see the other. And I think the reason why me and Monét, I've matured a lot before me and Monét became really close friends. And Monet and I are best friends, but we're not inseparable. It's not like every time you see one of us, like me and these three friends specifically, it was like you literally, if we didn't live together, you would just wake up and go straight to their house. Like literally wake up, the first thing you do, sip some coffee, and then go to the other person's house and spend every hour of your day together. And I just used to be one of those people that had those relationships, but as I got older, I don't do that anymore. It is not. I need a little time to myself.
Tell me about these very expensive headphones.
What about them? They're headphones. I purchased them at the airport. They're actually cheaper at the airport at LAX than they are at Target, like $20 cheaper. So I was like, not these expensive as airport headphones. And I Googled it, and they were cheaper there than at the Apple Store and at Target. And I was like, okay, I'll buy these.
And how's the sound?
Okay, full disclosure, they're a little hard to pair to things sometimes. Like the first time.
This is your trouble. This is your gripe about every Bluetooth headphones. The Beats, they would never pair to anything, but I never experienced that.
Well, do you remember the Beats? Like one would pair and the other one wouldn't. I'm walking around lopsided and shit because one you never had that problem before.
Like a couple times, but you was like every time you use them, you were like, God damn it.
It was wild, and it was no matter what device I used them with, whether it was my iPad, my Samsung, my laptop computer, it was always one would pair, the other one wouldn't. But I will say the grip on the Beats were just supreme. It was the kind that curved around the ear. Bitch, I could be in a tornado and all my clothes would fly off, but bitch, I would still be listening to Doja Cat. Okay. And then I do the Samsung, the small Samsung wearables, which are really great. They're phenomenal headphones. I love those a lot. I had a pair of AirPods that I do not like.
I hate AirPods.
When I say they will not stay in my ears. If you sneeze, they will fall out your ear.
Bitch, if I just think about doing the podcast, it's a bloop.
Right? And these are pretty good. But once I figured out how to pair them, it was pretty great. So now I can pair them with each of my devices pretty easily. So
is that the thing? Is that an annoying thing though when you have a Bluetooth headphones and you open them and they connect to everything but the thing you want to connect it to because all your Bluetooth is on? I hate that.
Yeah, that is not our first world problems. All right, Jacob, what's our next move? Is that the worst?
Hey guys, so
can I tell you? I have an injury.
What's an injury? What?
I injured this. That little thing between your tongue and your.
Hey guys, so I was seeing this guy, and we went on a couple dates. It was not.
If you were waiting or not.
Shut the fuck up about my pain. We all got pains. I think I ate a rough chip. I think I jammed a Dorito in there.
Ooh, honestly, can I tell you one of the most relatable things you've ever done? And I stand as the most relatable thing you've ever posted, ever said.
What? What did I say?
A fully seasoned Dorito Cooler Ranch chip is like striking gold.
That shit is wild.
The tanginess, the salt, the tangy, that shit be
the flavors that melting on my tongue.
It's so good. Anyway, all right, let's go.
All right, sorry, Jacob. Play a little clip.
Hey guys, so I was seeing this guy, and we went on a couple dates. It was nice. We never really got into a formal relationship, but he was really nice, everything. And then slowly, it started to unfold that he had a lot of internalized homophobia, and I relate to that in a sense because I also come from quite like a homophobic background, so I also had that at one point, but I am no longer there. I am not at that stage in my life anymore, so I felt like I needed to end the relationship because he was making comments that made me kind of uncomfortable, and I understand, but I don't want to be the person to walk someone else through that just because I've only recently come out the other end of internalized homophobia. Am I an evil person for doing that? I felt like I was completely justified in my decision to end it, especially because we weren't in a relationship. We were just like dating, you know? I just didn't feel like I wanted to take on that burden. So let me know what you guys think.
You're up, Roberta.
Okay, my toxic trait is thinking that you don't need, if you don't want to date someone, you don't have to give them a reason.
Right.
It's nice to. You don't need to write a dissertation and have it be your thesis and have a PowerPoint presentation.
Unless y'all are like a couple.
I disagree. You can just, if you're not happy with someone, you can leave.
Okay, so God,
and if
so
you're not able
if you and
to
Jacob,
and if you're not
or
able
Ezra,
if for some reason Jacob's not happy and he can't articulate why, if he just says, I'm just not happy, I'll be really heartbroken. I'll be distraught. I'll probably ask why, but I'm not owed that answer. Sometimes people can't articulate themselves. They can't explain why they feel how they feel. They just know they feel the way they do.
Okay, that. I thought you meant just like, I'm done relationship, I'm out. But like saying like, I'm just not happy. To me, that's an explanation. That's fair. I'm not happy anymore. I thought you just like, I don't want to be here anymore. This is nice. I'm out. That like, what? No.
I mean, I think people are also allowed to do that too. I mean, I think it's probably a little bit shady, and it might leave someone with a lot of questions. But if it's for your own mental health, if what will be better for your mental health is just leaving the situation, then just leave the situation. If that's what's going to help you get through your day, if that's how you protect yourself and protect your peace, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No.
Sorry. Go ahead.
But that being said, I don't think that you're shady for, you also are not obligated to teach anyone or to walk anyone through anything that feels traumatic or re-traumatizing to you. You don't have to walk this person through what it means to love yourself as a queer person when you're figuring it out yourself at the same time. That is a what's the word I'm looking for? A privilege. Not a requirement, in my opinion, in a relationship. You do not have to walk people through their trauma, especially if it's triggering to you, and you don't want to go through that again.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think you're an evil person for not wanting to have to relive that and not wanting to have to teach this person about their internalized homophobia. That is not your business. You're not his teacher. You're not his parent. You're not his, and you don't owe this to this guy. Yeah, I think that bitch walk away. And I mean, how long were y'all together? I guess it doesn't matter because whatever it was short. It wasn't like y'all were like partners for like years. This was a short-lived experience. I was like, so you had that thing with him, and yeah, fuck that bitch. You don't owe that to him. He needs to process his own stuff, and however that may be. And there's something you said that I was like, oh my god, I hate when people do that. I forgot what it was.
What? Something I said?
No, not you. The person. But it wasn't that big of a deal. But yeah, I don't think you owe it to him. I think that you did your part. You tried to do this relationship, and you saw the things about it that you did not like and that would make you unhappy, and you dipped. So I think you're all good, boo.
When you're in hotels, if you eat something unhealthy, do you put it outside your door or do you put it in front of someone else's door?
Well, I have had times I got to hotels and I went wild. Like I will order from like 3 restaurants and then I'll just spread it around. I put like one in front of 202, one in front of 205, and one in front of my door.
I'm like, where room Shangela? I'm putting all this shit in front of Shangela's door. Damn, Shangela. Damn. 3 pizzas? I was here in the hotel and then I ordered some Taco Bell, but I didn't want Kennedy coming by and seeing all my Taco Bell. So I just took it and put it in front of somebody else's door. I was like, oh my God. Not the Taco Bell. That person is wild. Also, I ordered Taco Bell and the lady, I don't know who delivered the food. Actually, it was some guy delivered the food. And I'm in Florida. Mind you, I am in Dania Beach, which is a suburb of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Okay?
Uh-huh.
So, ring, ring, ring. Hi, your food's at the front desk. I'm in face with no lashes. I was having a very irritable day yesterday. I was annoyed and irritated off the bat. I was sitting here in face, And she's like, yeah. I said, can you send them up? I can't send them up because of COVID protocol.
They want to blame everything on COVID. Up. Shut the fuck up. Yes, you can. Go ahead.
I said, well, can someone from the staff bring it up? I can't have them bring it up either because of COVID. And I was like, so no one's even allowed on the floor. And I was like, and I said, COVID. I said, no one is even wearing none of your employees wear masks. What do you mean COVID protocols?
Did she cut out for you too?
What COVID protocols could you possibly be talking about?
Yeah.
What my go
back to no one even. That's where you cut off.
Oh, I was like, none of your employees even wear masks. So what COVID protocols, Mary? What do you mean COVID protocols? Bitch, and I went downstairs to pick up my fucking food, and I'm literally not kidding. 5 employees were huddled around one computer, breathing over my fucking Doritos, Locos, tacos.
Yeah, that's
nigga, give me my droplets. And then I got downstairs, and there was like some production or camera crew or like football team or something, all loading into the elevator. So then I had to get in line behind, and they had these like carts. I mean carts piled, stuff higher than their heads. You know, you can't even get the cart. They're wiggling that shit to get in. I was like, I'm so fucking annoyed right now.
Yeah, anyway. I hate that. It's so annoying. And they'll blame it on COVID. No, bitch, you just don't want to do that.
How many more do we have time for?
I think we have time for one more.
All right, let's do one more. Welcome to stage. One more.
Hi, Bob and Monet.
Oh, this is a great track.
I'm Anthony from Patreon. So I've been on the dating scene in my city for about 5 years now, and I feel like I've saturated all the guys in my city in like a 50-kilometer radius. So on all the dating apps like Jack, Grindr, and even Tinder, I feel like I'm seeing the same faces. I've met guys in person too. Like I've dated my dance instructor. I've dated a barista at a local Starbucks, for example. But at this point, I feel like there's just I can't find anyone else in my city. So do you have any recommendations as to how I can meet new guys? Or do you just think I need to move to a new city? Thank you, and I love you both. Bye.
Bitch, you have fucked everybody.
Your clit has left your body, to quote what's her name? That girl on Housewives of Atlanta, Tanini.
Honestly, I stand. Whoever Anthony must be Anthony is clearly the hottest person in whatever town they live in. Anthony, honestly, you're a hero. Not all heroes wear capes. Some of them take prep,
and some of them use Tinder. I think that, you know, if you're in a small city, back in New York, I felt like I had exhausted my Grindr grid, but it's also because I was in my area.
Damn.
in my area, when I was living in Harlem, I was seeing the same profiles over.
Not in a city with 9 million people.
No, but in the grid, anyone that I was interested in anyway, I was seeing the same ones over and over again, and like the same people hit you up. So I understand that that's New York City. But maybe try like looking in like another part of your city and to find dick over there. But you also said using Tinder. But although people use Tinder to fuck nowadays too, Tinder's not even just for dating. Tinder is like for hooking up, just like as much as Grindr is nowadays. So if you're looking to date, I would say just try when you go downtown to like the thing, or if it's a really small town, I don't know. Like, are you talking about like Salt Lake City? That's relatively small compared to like New York City or LA. But yeah, if it's a small city, I don't know, girl. I don't know what the solution is besides moving.
If you're in a city, in my experience, if you're in New York City and you don't like your grid, literally shift 5 blocks, refresh, and you will have a completely new grid. I mean, you won't see a single person from the old grid. That's how gay New York City is. You know, I want to throw out a notion. I don't know if you're talking about fucking or if you're talking about dating. If you're talking about dating, is there a possibility that you're looking for something that can't be found? I'm just throwing this out there. If you have not fucked or hooked up with or been on dates with or gone to coffee with the dance instructor, the barista you said, bitch, the school teacher, the butcher, the
school
baker,
marm.
and the candlestick maker.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I think that there's a small chance that you might be looking for something that can't be found. Maybe it's time to shift your perspective on what you're looking for. Maybe that's a possibility. You may have already found a person that you're compatible with, but for some reason you couldn't see it in the moment. And also, there's a thing where sometimes you go back with someone you weren't compatible with, and then you look back, and then damn, y'all compatible now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I could also recommend taking a break too. Taking a break, take like a week, take a month off of the apps, because people they cycle through those things. So people take time off and they come back. I would say just take a month off and be like, I'm not gonna do this, and let yourself like reset.
Yeah, I agree, and maybe if you are looking to date, then maybe shift your mindset to that. You know, I think it really depends on what your expectations are from this person. Monét, you know, on our very next advisory, we have Chelsea Handler.
Chelsea Handler is going to be on Sibling Advicery. Should we tell? I guess we'll tell her the story about how it. We'll talk to her the story about how it all came to be.
How you chasing her around the globe? You're the globetrotter.
And then how they hit us up.
Where in the world is fucking Chelsea Handler?
Is that Carmen Sandiego theme song?
Yeah. Do you know that song at all? It's not. It's actually not Carmen Sandiego. It's Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego theme song. There's two different shows. Carmen Sandiego is one show, and then Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego was a game show based on Carmen Sandiego.
I never watched it as a kid. I know it because it's a pop culture thing, Carmen Sandiego, but I never watched the show. It was my thing. Also,
well, she goes from Nashville to Norway, Bonaire to Zimbabwe, Chicago to Czechoslovakia and back, and then she'll ransack Pakistan and run a scam in Scandinavia. Then she'll stick them up down under, and then she'll go pickpocket Perth. They never Arkansas her still the Mekong from the jungle. Tell me where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?
Patty and I have a Bojangles outside our hotel. It's taken me everything within my spirit to not go to fucking Bojangles and go ham.
Bojangles is great. The cheddar bow.
Bitch, trust me, don't I know it? That fucking blueberry ice little biscuit thing. Girl, but I'm not doing it. I'm doing well. I have to go to a wedding at the end of this month. No, I have a wedding at the end of this month. No.
This is what you say to me. This is what you said to me. Maybe you were sabotaging me. Maybe that's what was going on.
No, but I know me. I don't have self-control.
What I've learned is this is not paid for. I'm not going to name the app, but there's an app I use to count calories. And instead of like restricting all the things that I just eat things I like, but I just eat them in moderation. I eat the amount of calories a day. When I started counting my calories, I realized there were days where your girl was eating a solid 3,500 calories. I was like, damn, you know. But then it's so easy when you get I would go to the store and just get like, I would be like, oh, I really want these jalapeno cheddar Cheetos, but I also want these Cool Ranch Doritos, but I also want these Ranch Ruffle. Like, you know, I'll just get all three. And then you just eat all three. And then before you realize it, you have fully eaten 1,000 calories in 20 minutes. And then you're like, I'll get a soda. And then I'll order Taco Bell. And then I'll get the Doritos Locos. But I'll also get a Crunch Wrap, like a crunch or a cheesy gordita crunch. And I'll get some of those little cinnamon buns. Then I've had another 2,500 calories. And then I'm like, I'm going to stop by and get a slice of pizza. Next time I look, I'm like, bitch, I have eaten almost 5,000 calories today. This is wild.
Bitch, that was me in St.
I'm
Lucia.
not bodybuilding. I'm not a bodybuilder. I don't need 5,000 calories.
I went to St. Lucia and I gained 7 pounds. Isn't that wild?
I mean, you were with your family.
6 days.
Bitch, my family forces Jacob to stop being vegetarian. I'd be like,
that's
damn.
my family too. They would
like,
shove all the food.
Jacob, you vegetarian. So you vegetarian, so you can have fish, right? Jacob ate chitlins when he was with my family,
and he loves them. Wait,
Jacob, you want to talk about what you thought about the chitlins, Jacob?
They tasted fine. I mean, it's fried food, so like the taste was totally fine. I just didn't like the texture. It's very rubbery.
I just want to clear my family's name. We do not fry our chitlins. I just want to be clear that the chitlins were not fried. I don't want y'all thinking we are bad Southerners.
How are they? How do you do them?
You boil chitlins.
Got it.
You ever had chitlins, Mo?
I have not. We don't. That's not something we have. But we do in bouillon. You put like pigtails. You put pig snout. I love pig snout. And I love pigtails.
My mom used to eat pickled pig feet, and it's exactly what you think it is. It is a pig's foot in a jar of vinegar.
That's in South. We use pig feet in South.
But how do you spell bouillon? I want to see what it is real quick.
Boullon.
Like a bouillon cube.
Yeah, but that's not what it is. It's like yeah, but that's not what it is.
Do you know what a bouillon cube is? I know what a bouillon cube is.
Did you type in St. Lucia bouillon?
No, I just typed in bouillon. St. Lucia.
There it is.
Yeah. Before we go, I just want to say out loud, we have to get Monét on the famous St. Lucian's list. I'm not saying that other people are not famous, but I'm just saying, do they have over 1 million followers on the gram?
They probably don't, but here we are. Yeah, St. Lucia bouillon, bitch.
Before we go, tell us who the most famous St. Lucian you know.
The most famous St. Lucian I know? I don't know, to be honest.
Not Monét trying to say herself. Not Monét subtly saying herself. Wow.
I don't know what the most famous St. Lucian is.
It do take nerve. It do take nerve.
I don't know who the most famous St. Lucian
is. You go, Monét. Who's the most famous St. Lucian? I don't know. Literally this pose.
That's your cringy little TikTok old man looks.
This is not TikTok. This is actually Kate McKinnon on SNL being Justin Bieber.
Yeah, but this is what like all the young kids do. This is their thing. They do that. That's a very young. I know.
This is specifically Kate McKinnon doing Justin Bieber on SNL.
But Bob, that is what guys do.
Calvin Klein shirt. I know. I get that, but I'm telling you what I'm referencing.
Oh God,
he did it on the Calvin Klein shirt.
So you think that you think that Justin Bieber invented that? So you think Justin Bieber invented that?
That's not what I said. I don't think we'd ever be able to pinpoint who invented rubbing your hands together.
Oh yes, to be sexy. It was a basketball player. I don't know his name, but anytime he would do a shot, it was on the same team as the guy who used to do ice in my veins. He would do a shot.
You are making this up.
This guy, he would get a shot in and he would be like, yay. Or maybe it's football. It is a sports thing though. This comes from a sport thing.
It's football. He would dunk the football and then go. He would get a shot and go. I don't even know how to Google that. Rubbing hands together, sexy.
Suave something.
Does rubbing your hands together similar? Rubbing your hands together. Honestly, I literally cannot even. I wouldn't even know how to.
Conveniently.
No, I have no way to Google this. I'll just take your word for it. Sure, it was the same on the same team as Ice in the Veins.
Not the same team, but it was a sports thing. It comes from a sports thing, and you guys can let me know in the comments that I'm correct. Thank you.
All right, bye, everybody.
Bye.